Top Thrill 2 is North America's tallest and fastest roller coaster. It has the world's tallest vertical spike, reaches a top speed of 120 miles per hour or 190 kilometers per hour, and stands 420 feet or 130 meters tall. Top Thrill 2 is located at Cedar Point and is the park's tallest and fastest roller coaster. While it spent the entire 2024 season closed, Top Thrill 2 was certainly worth the wait for those making trips to Cedar Point. This coaster's triple launch and vertical spike are awesome, and its speed is incredible. While there is no longer Top Thrill Dragster, this re-envisioning of the world's first Strata coaster is definitely a worthy successor. This is our full-length, in-depth review of Top Thrill 2 and our comments about what you can expect when you go to Cedar Point to ride this record-breaking coaster. Now, let's get ready to go. From 1989 to 2007, Cedar Point was firmly entrenched in what was called the Coaster Wars. During this period, parks aimed higher to have the world's tallest, fastest, craziest coaster. After debuting the world's first coasters to eclipse the 200 and 300 foot or 61 and 91 meter marks, Cedar Point wanted to go even taller and faster. In 2003, the park opened Top Thrill Dragster, the world's first ever Strata coaster, or first full circuit coaster to reach the 400 foot or 120 meter mark. Towering over the Cedar Point midways and pretty much every other attraction at the park, Top Thrill Dragster's top hat stood 420 feet tall. For the ride to clear such a tall top hat, the ride needed to be fast. Really fast. To achieve the speeds necessary to clear the top hat, the original Dragster used a hydraulic launch which launched riders from 0 to 120 miles per hour in only 4 seconds. When it opened in 2003, Top Thrill Dragster was the tallest and fastest roller coaster in the world. Top Thrill Dragster lost both records in 2005 when Six Flags Great Adventure opened Kingda Ka, which stood 456 feet or 139 meters tall and reached a top speed of 128 miles per hour or 206 kilometers per hour. Despite losing its records to Kingda Ka, Dragster continued to operate at Cedar Point from 2003 until 2021. The original Dragster remained standing but not operating until 2024 when the park announced a reimagining of the legendary ride and debuted Top Thrill 2, the world's first and only triple launching Strata coaster. In 2023, Cedar Point announced that it had contracted with Zamperla to retrofit and redesign the original Top Thrill Dragster. The new attraction would reuse the original top hat structure, though it would replace the hydraulic launch with multiple LSM launches, each launch faster than the last, as well as a 420-foot tall vertical spike at the opposite end of the track. Cedar Point announced this redesigned coaster as Top Thrill 2. The brand new coaster would use Zamperla's lightning trains and have a slightly different theme than the original Dragster. Instead of a Dragster theme, Top Thrill 2 has a more generalized Formula One racing theme. This theme comes across well and as soon as you reach Top Thrill 2's main midway. Top Thrill 2 is located right in the middle of the park. Regardless of where you are at in the park, you can see Top Thrill 2's top hat or vertical spike pretty much from anywhere in the park. As you approach Top Thrill midway, you will see a marquee sign displaying the ride's name and stylized logo. You will also hear some energetic music, which is a nice touch. And because of where it is located in the park, you can see the entire length of the launch track. This setting gives Top Thrill 2 one of the best unobstructed views of a roller coaster in the park. While the ride platform is located towards Iron Dragon, the entrance to Top Thrill 2's queue is actually located further down the launch track. As you approach the ride's entrance, you will see a large portal-like red and gray arch with the initials TT2 on it. You will also see some oil barrels and 2 large signs with some racing images. Before you even enter the queue, you will have to place all loose articles in a paid locker. Top Thrill 2's loose article policy is quite strict, as you cannot have anything in your pockets. Once you have placed all your belongings into a locker, you proceed back towards the front entrance and go through metal detectors before proceeding into the main queue. This queue is quite long. Given its location right in the middle of the layout, Top Thrill 2's queue stretches the entire length of the launch track. As you make your way through the queue, you will not see much theming. While there are subtle clips referencing Top Thrill's racing theme, there really isn't much there. There is one good thing about this queue, and that is it is covered. The large metal canopy over the queue does a great job blocking the sun. It does, however, prevent you from seeing the ride's top hat and vertical spike throughout most of the queue. You only get glimpses of the train launching forwards and backwards and flying into the final brakes. As you come closer to the station building, You get unobstructed views of Top Thrill 2's massive vertical spike. Standing next to this vertical spike really gives you a better sense of the sheer size, as all the other roller coasters next to it look downright tiny in comparison. You walk up some stairs up onto the ride platform. When you reach the ride platform, you will see one of Top Thrill 2's 3 10-row, 20-passenger trains. And these trains look great. Each train's lead car has a Formula One race car inspired design and have over-the-shoulder lap bar restraints, which are actually quite comfortable. One final note about the restraints is that there are no seatbelts. There is only the lap bar, which offers you a nice sense of freedom. Once you have boarded your train, secured your lap bar restraint, and cleared dispatch, you proceed forward out of the station into a flat S-turn to begin your ride. As you pull onto the launch track, you will hear a short, mood-setting song. You come to a complete stop on the launch track where you will see a starting light called the Christmas tree towards the left. And if you look ahead at the top hat, you will also see some synchronized lights going up and down the structure. The ready, set, go sequence begins after a few seconds. Once the lights turn off, you launch forwards towards the top hat, reaching 74 miles per hour or 119 kilometers per hour. As you reach the top hat, you fly halfway up it before you start rolling backwards. This moment gives a brief pop of weak floater airtime before flying backwards over the second launch. This second launch accelerates the train to 101 miles per hour, or approximately 163 kilometers per hour. And you really get a sense of this speed across the train. While this second acceleration does not have the same punch as some multi-launch coasters, you will still feel the forces pushing you slightly forward. As you reach the end of the second launch, you fly past the station and pull up into Top Thrill 2's massive 420-foot tall vertical spike. This element might just be the best one on the entire ride, especially if you are sitting in the back row and at night. While you do not reach the very top of the vertical spike, you still go pretty far up it. At the highest point, you get a nice moment of sustained floater airtime before flying back down and over the third and last launch, which accelerates the ride to its top speed of 120 miles per hour. This third launch is not that punchy, though it is still amazing, especially while sitting in the very front row. There is nothing else like reaching that 120 mile per hour top speed with just the wind blowing in your face before flying back up and over the massive top hat. This climb up the top hat is amazing in both the very front and very back rows. You get some nice laterals on that twist up the top hat and some strong airtime going over it. As you go down the top hat, you fly through a vertical inline twist. This element gives some nice laterals before flying past the finish line and into the final brake run to complete your ride. Despite its period of extended downtime in 2024, which left it closed for essentially the entire season, Top Thrill 2 is an amazing ride. There is nothing else like it. While it still uses the original Dragster's top hat, Top Thrill 2 is a different, more complete ride. That reverse launch up the vertical spike gives Top Thrill 2 a phenomenal moment that elevates the entire ride experience. What made the original Dragster and even King to Ka so special was that first launch. No other launch system has come close to the punchiness and power of Intamin's hydraulic launches. And the acceleration from 0 to 100 plus miles per hour in such a short amount of time is unreal. However, those powerful launches arguably made the original Dragster and King to Ka one-trick ponies, albeit incredible one-trick ponies. While we never rode the original Dragster, we got the chance to ride King to Ka, and Ka's original launch was insane in the front row. Top Thrill 2's ride experience is just as, if not more insane, as the initial launch experience on an Intamin Strata, though for different reasons. As the world's only operating Strata coaster, Top Thrill 2 offers a ride experience that no other roller coaster can really match. The vertical spike and final launch over the top hat are amazing and provide some of the best wow moments at Cedar Point. The vertical spike is simply insane. It makes the vertical spikes on Pantheon and Tutatis look and feel tiny in comparison. It also offers some amazing views of the surrounding plaza and the park if you have a chance to look around before flying back down it. The top hat is incredible. Since you really reach that 120 mile per hour or 190 kilometer per hour top speed, you get awesome laterals on the climb up and drop off the top hat, as well as some great airtime going over the top hat. You get some nice ejector airtime going up the top hat while sitting in the front row, and near ejector airtime flying over and coming off the top hat while sitting in the back row. Aside from the airtime, Top Thrill 2 also pulls some good positive G-forces at the bottom of both the vertical spike and top hat. And you can still feel Top Thrill 2's speed and power as you fly into the final brake run. This roller coaster is just packed with great moments. While the original Dragster may be gone, Top Thrill 2's ride experience more than makes up for the loss. In addition to the ride experience, Top Thrill Midway has such an amazing energy. There is something so hype about approaching Top Thrill 2, especially when trains are flying up the vertical spike and racing down the launch track. And Cedar Point also understood the wow factor of both the original Top Thrill Dragster and Top Thrill 2. There is a grandstand placed right at the launch track, which allows non-riders to revel in the spectacle of the launches. While we will miss that hydraulic launch, one thing that separates Top Thrill 2 from the original Dragster is the uptime. Taking the 2024 season out of the equation, Top Thrill 2 has been incredibly reliable since fully reopening for the 2025 season. Apart from a few brief moments of downtime, Top Thrill 2 has been up significantly more than it has been down, which allows riders more of a chance to ride this phenomenal ride. And even though Top Thrill 2 only has 3 trains, 2 less than the original Dragster, the ride's operations are incredible. As soon as one train clears the top hat and flies into the final brakes, another train is setting up on the launch track, while the third train is loading in this station. Top Thrill 2's operations really are quite amazing. That separate unload block really does help with capacity. For all the great things with Top Thrill 2, there are a couple of downsides though. The first of which, and this is just a minor inconvenience, is that you cannot pick your own row. Because of the ride's popularity, you are assigned a row based on the size of your group. If you have a single rider, you will be assigned to rows with a rider already in it. While this seat assignment helps with capacity, it does make getting the row of your choice slightly hard. That said, you can request a particular row, either front or back if you ask politely. Most ride operators will try to accommodate the request, though you may have to wait a cycle or two before actually getting on the ride. The second downside, which is really more for safety, is the mandatory paid locker policy. You must leave all loose articles in a locker if you don't have a non-rider in your group. While you can have a tightly secured watch or glasses with an athletic strap, you cannot have anything in your pockets. And because the lockers are located so far from the ride exit, it is a hike to get back to the lockers to pick up your belongings. Even with these 2 minor downsides though, Top Thrill 2's ride experience is top notch. This roller coaster truly is a top tier ride and is easily one of Cedar Point's standout attractions. All things considered, Top Thrill 2 is a phenomenal ride and was well worth the wait for those who could not ride it until the 2025 season. The vertical spike and multiple LSM launches make Top Thrill 2 more than just a one-trick pony. Zamparilla's redesigns certainly elevated the ride and made it a complete ride experience. For our final score, we give Top Thrill 2 a 9.5 out of 10. As the world's only operating strata coaster, Top Thrill 2 is simply amazing and offers a one-of-a-kind ride that you just have to experience for yourself. So, let us know in the comments below if you have ridden Top Thrill 2, and if so, what you think about it. How does it compare to the original Dragster, and is it a worthy successor? And if you enjoyed this video or are new to the channel, please like and subscribe for more coaster content like this. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more coaster reviews and amusement park content coming soon to Coaster Adventures, and we hope to see you in the next one.